back to my Rimworld game with Javier Milei's most important libertarian anarcho-capitalist message.
Una de las cosas que a mí me gusta hacer es llevar el mensaje, llevar, digamos, el mensaje de la libertad, ¿sí? A ver, digamos, ¿por qué nació el liberalismo? Para salir del yugo opresor de los monarcas. Digamos, esta casta que tenemos, son como los monarcas, y ni siquiera se autoheredan. Son los mismos que estaban en el 2001. No se fue ninguno, estos chorros se quedaron todos. Y hay más, porque además se multiplican, porque tenés que agregar la parentela, sí, porque además tenés que agregar la amante, porque tenés que agregar la familia del amante.
I think Javier Milei is truly an amazing person. What he's trying to do here is so important, it's not even funny. If you know anything about my country, Brazil, there is an impossible situation taking place right now. We have a populist that is back in power called Luis Inácio Lula da Silva. Yes, he was in prison and now he's the president. People say it was lawfare, but at least the opposition is going to have an easier job, no? Man, you were in jail, just shut up. But that goes much beyond Lula. What Milei is trying to say here in this message, if you don't speak Spanish, is that the political class consider themselves as mini monarchs, that they are somewhat entitled to be parasites forever. Until people open their eyes, that's exactly what's going to happen forever. It's really difficult, to fight the system. It's really well protected. I've never believed in it, and I thank God that I never ate this whole democracy bullshit. To me, it's a load of crap. It doesn't exist. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for the people. It works really well for the crooks in politics, At any case, there's nothing I can do except to try to pass the message on with my really small channel. But I love when he says, a mí me gusta llevar el mensaje. I love that part. He's saying he likes to talk about it, to try to get the message, to pass it on, pass the message on. Trying to warn people about the political class, that they are good for nothing, parasites, crooks, that they don't care about the people, they don't care about the country, they don't care, they just care about is money, the only thing they care about, and themselves. They are not worried about the situation of the country, of the people at all. And I agree with the man 1,000,000%. I've never voted for Congress, I've never voted for governor, I never voted for mayor, for nothing, except for the presidency. Once I needed my passport in Brazil, and you can get in trouble in Brazil if you don't vote. I read once in the internet, if democracy was good, it would be forbidden. If it was good for the people, no? It's excellent for the people in politics. Take a look here in Argentina. Inflation is rising every day. It's really amazing, no? It's destroying the economy. And Alberto Fernandez is living in a palace. Can you believe that? If you take a look at the pink house, the Casa Rosada, you're going to see that the system is really well made to protect people in politics. There's nothing the people can do about it. In Brazil, there were some riots. People were saying that those Bolsonaro followers are, terrorists, fascists, Nazis. They called them every name in the book. You were supposed, to take it quietly, that those crooks, that those parasites in politics are doing every day to the country. You're not supposed to even say anything. I beg you to take a look at Glenn Greenwald these days. He's doing some excellent journalism about the situation in Brazil. We have a judge that thinks he's some sort of Superman. Yes, the man is trying to censor everyone he dislikes. It is actually amazing. And people in Brazil are saying that Glenn Greenwald is some sort of traitor. No, Americans really value the freedom of speech. That's the whole thing behind Glenn Greenwald's rage against the situation in Brazil. But people are so blinded by ideology, you know. It is actually amazing to me that people in Brazil think that Glenn Greenwald is some sort of traitor. It is amazing. If it wasn't for Glenn Greenwald, Lula would be still in jail. It is as simple as that. You know, and people on the left side really hate Glenn Ringwald right now. I think it's just unbelievable. But I know for a fact, at least in my head, that the political class has, you know, everything to do with this whole situation. But there's one even bigger threat, in my opinion, in Brazil that is called the global network. That's the real problem in Brazil. It's not Bolsonaro or Lula. It never was. It always has been global. In fact, I'm going to make a video, you know, about Bolsonaro when he went inside the global network and accused, you know, global of supporting the coup, the military coup of '64. And that's what I think, you know, got Bolsonaro in a lot of trouble. The global network started to hate that man. At any case, nobody put a gun in Bolsonaro's head to be the president. I think it was a big mistake on his side. He had a perfect life in Rio. His whole family was in politics. He was making a lot of money. He had some weird schemes going on, and I don't care, you know. I mean, I just think they are all alike. So to me, it doesn't make a difference at all about one politician being corrupt. What the hell? They are all corrupt, all of them. 100%. There's not one honest person in politics on this planet, I think. Not one. In any case, a little bit about my game. Lula is starting to eat some meat. He promised meat to the people in order for him to get elected. This man is such a load of crap. This man, it's just all of bullshit. It's bullshit 24/7. He's a good-for-nothing populist. People think he's this huge communist, that he's going to bring some sort of red wave to Brazil and start to a communist dictatorship. Come on, Lula is just a coward. I mean, he's 80 years old, almost 80 years old. He just wants to parasite the state a little, you know, have some comfort before he dies. That's the whole thing. Nothing more. Take a look at the vice president of Brazil, who is, for crying out loud, a right-wing man. You know, in America it would be a Republican. So don't worry about Brazil coming to communism. That's not going to happen. And the global network, you know, would never let that happen in any case. They could destroy Lula faster than anything. You know, I mean, Lula wouldn't last 24 hours against the global network, unlike Bolsonaro. His followers, Lula's followers, actually know that this man is just a populist, you know. Some of the Lula followers, I even think that they are convinced that Lula is corrupt. But he is better than Bolsonaro, so Brazil is lost, in my opinion. There is no way to recover. There is no way of Brazil to ever get back on its feet, as long as global exists anyway, and the political class has, you know, absolute power in Brazil. I really don't care. My colony is starting to look excellent. I love it. I have nails in here, my prisoner. She's going to be extremely important in my anarcho-capitalist, libertarian colony. I'm fascinated by anarcho-capitalism, man. You know, it's not just about the taxes or the state or the thing I care about deeply in anarcho-capitalism is the fact that they despise people in politics, at least. That's what Milei is all about here in Argentina at this moment. That's it for today. Take a look at Sam Cedar and the Majority Report to have some fun about libertarians debates. They are truly fun, funny, and entertaining to watch. This is it for today.
Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.